Hey guys, so recently I've been raising praying mantises, and these guys seem like a weird pet, but they're not really a pet at all. What I'm doing is that I'm raising them up so that they can be released on a farm in the springtime to control the insect population. However, until they are old enough to be released, they are my responsibility and I spend a lot of time taking care of them. Now, some of them live in cups and some of them live in these community containers. The reason behind this is because if I lose one container, I don't want to lose all of my praying mantises. Now, these guys aren't pets, remember, they have a job, but they are super cool to watch. This guy on the end of my finger is trying to convince me that he's a stick so that I won't eat him. You know, he does this by swaying back and forth, kind of like a stick being blown in the wind. I cannot explain to you guys how many cool behaviors these guys have. One of these behaviors is grooming. So this guy is taking the time to clean his little arms before he takes the time to clean his little leg. Isn't that the cutest thing you've ever seen? Now, these guys are insectivores, which means I do have to feed them bugs, but what kind of bugs do you feed to a praying mantis? Well, due to their size and age, I actually feed them flightless fruit flies. These have been bred to not have wings, therefore they can't fly away from the praying mantises as they're kind of, trying to eat them. And just a heads up, we own tons of bugs, including Madagascar hissing cockroaches and dubia cockroaches. These guys, in my opinion, are a little bit less fun. They're kind of gross, they make a lot of noise, and yes, they do hiss. But they are still extremely interesting. This one is recently molted and has shed her exoskeleton so she can grow. And I was even able to find her exoskeleton, and there it is. This female is actually airing out her egg sac, which is another cool behavior. Overall, they're not super great pets, but, they're interesting. This may look like a pile of leaves, but it is so much more than that, boys and girls, because underneath the leaves is a colony of powder puff isopods. These guys are very similar to the isopods you would find outside, but they're not capable of actually rolling themselves into a ball. Along with the orange isopods, we actually have something called cow isopods, which they just look like a cow, but they're basically the same. And last but not least, we have the worm bin, which we use for composting, but we also use it for something else, which is feeding the goldfish. Yes, they love little worms. It's great for them, offers them tons of protein. And if you're wondering what we're going to do with the cockroaches, well, we have a little man named Ari who takes very good care of them. He does not let them go to waste, I promise.